Disturbing new video is shedding light on a deadly 2017 police shooting of a teenage murder suspect as he tried to run away. Their surveillance video shows very clearly the 16-year-old climbing a fence and then falling to the ground after being shot. Now the teenager's parents are suing over his death. Our lead national correspondent David Begna was here now with more on this story. What are police saying? Because the video does not look good.
Well, so look, it's all going to come down to this civil lawsuit, and the jury's going to have to decide, was the shooting justified? There were 3 different separate agencies who investigated the case and ruled the shooting was justified. They said at the time the teenager, who was unarmed, was suspected of murder. But the family's lawyer says, just look at this tape.
April 15th, 2017, 16-year-old Isaiah Marietta Golding leaps a fence and runs from the police after a traffic stop. He makes it 8 steps before an officer on the other side of the fence pulls the trigger and shoots him in the back of the head. Isaiah crumples to the ground. Police say there is more to this story than just how it ended. Body cam footage from one of the officers shows that it started about a minute earlier when a car that was driven by Isaiah's brother was stopped at a shopping center. Backward. Both had been suspected of a deadly shooting that happened the day before. Down on your knees. Down on your knees. Isaiah takes off running. Police start chasing him across a road, then over the fence, and that's when you can hear the fatal shot. Sergeant Ray Villavazzo, the officer identified in the lawsuit as the one who pulled the trigger, said that during the chase, Isaiah reached for his waistband multiple times, and that's why the sergeant says he feared for his life. Police say Isaiah Marietta Golding was known to carry a gun, and he was on the grounds of a preschool when he was shot. The lawsuit, which was filed by Isaiah's mother, claims that during the foot chase, Isaiah never threatened an officer or made any threatening gestures, and that nothing Isaiah might have done justified the use of deadly force. Stuart Chandler is the family attorney.
You can't say that every time an officer fires a gun, it's automatically okay. There has to be a line where you say, this is not acceptable, and this is one of those cases.
So the police in Fresno say Isaiah's then 17-year-old brother, who was in the car with him before the shooting, was arrested and pleaded guilty to the murder the brothers were suspected of committing. But the family's lawyer says that shouldn't matter here.
Yeah, police have to answer a lot of questions. You look at the video, he's still running away, and he's shot through a fence, David, from the back.
Yeah, a bullet shouldn't be used in a case of pursuit, it would seem to me. But I guess the police are saying...
He looked like he was grabbing his pants, not grabbing his waistband. I guess when you're there on the scene, you don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of commotion in a scene like that, but it does appear he's just running away.
It'll all come down to what the jury decides. The police say it was justified.
All right.
Will 12 members of a jury agree?
We shall see. Thank you very much, David.